And let me turn this on. Yeah, okay, let's go. What's happening, everybody? The crossover over here on this side of the channel. You know what I'm saying? Me and him solo doing our Monday podcast. Plan on being a good one. You know what I'm saying? And as usual, probably a little bit of mess, but it is what it is, because there's a lot of people out here being very, very, very messy. And we want to clear that up. Plus, there's some more information going on about the ABK deal. I know people are sick of hearing about it. I find this to be a little bit interesting because South Africa, they gave the green light. We'll discuss that a little bit. But I think probably what is going to be our biggest topic today is going to be probably talking about Sony's move to try to get, or they're eyeing the Korean gaming market over there. So, and I think a lot of people don't really realize that they're definitely big up and comers. So they're going to be doing their thing. What's going on, Ashtray? What's happening with you, Michael Turner? Thank you, guys. Man, go share this out. Let people know that we live to do the crossover. But before we get into it, let's go ahead and talk to my partner in crime over here. Ham Solo, bro, how you doing, man? What's going on, man? Don't need to be touching that hair. That thing is still, that thing is dry. That thing is dry. Needs some. You might need an S curl on that thing. Maybe a clipper or two. You know what I'm saying? A little edge.
I see you're jealous because the last time we went to the barber, they just cut your shit. So
that's true. That's what I'm always wanting. Hey, the bald head, baby, the bald head. But I got hair on my face, even though some people think it's fake. Yeah, just let y'all know. Here we go. I just shaved it down. Starting it over again.
Yeah. You got that LeBron like hair, right?
Yeah.
On
yeah. Oh yeah. On my face.
Yeah. That spray. Right?
No spray. No spray.
Spray on.
That's just
that
use.
Spray on
That's just
right there, right?
Boy, that's just that youthful juice that still springs in my blood, man. So people just got to understand that. But bro, no, I'm not doing the tan lines on the head, man. Look, I don't mind being bald. Matter of fact, hell, let's just do it today. Let's do it. Go ahead, let's do it.
Oh,
let's go.
Goodness.
Let's go. K Mega, let's do it. Let's go.
2 seconds, Mega.
Oh, there we go. All right. So I'm going to just go ahead and do it. Let's just go ahead and do the ball thing for today's show. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, Ham Solo is going to be taking care of some business for a hot second. He told me this from the get, and so glad to do it. But I will also say this. I got my controller that came in. I really don't like the characters on this controller because of the fact the one that I wanted, there was 2 of them that I wanted, and they were like $200, and the other one was like $169. The other one was like $260. So I'm gonna get that Tekken, that Street Fighter Cross Tekken controller. But anyway, but right this, I got it for a good deal. This was only like 50 some bucks, and so I need this because this puppy right here. Which makes me upset is that, because when I got this or whatever, it was working, but I forgot when I last played this on Xbox, the bad boy right here, it was only on the Xbox One. This did not work on the Series X or the S. It works on everything else because I tested it on the PC, on my PlayStation, on the Switch. It play on the 360, on the PlayStation 3. It works on everything else except for the Series X. So that sucks. So I had to give me another controller because playing Street Fighter, I realized these old ass hands, they just ain't moving as quick as they used to. But the fact is also it's just that Street Fighter, and then when I was playing Mortal Kombat, these games are starting to get more and more built for playing on this stuff here, or this, or if you can find you a controller that works a little bit better. But anyway, did you see my controller? That man said them 2 seconds, boy. Boy, you was drinking on that like that was delicious. Did that help you out? Oh, you muted. You muted.
No, I said yeah, it hit the spot. It absolutely hit the spot. But yeah, that controller's pretty hot though. Yeah, it's pretty hot.
I hate it. I want my Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and the other one was
why you don't like WWE?
No, I like WWE, but I mean, I ain't playing no wrestling games. I'm whooping ass with this controller. When you get these hands, this is what you're gonna get it with. So, especially in Street Fighter, we'll see how it works in Mortal Kombat. Fair enough. But I mean, it's cool. So,
that would be something like I guess I don't know, but I probably wouldn't buy a controller like that for wrestling.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, but this was one of the cheaper ones that like, and this was still $60.
That's why it was cheap, because it don't make no sense.
Right, it don't make no sense. And so I was like, bro, I'm not paying. Even though I wanted to risk it all, I really did. Honest to God, I wanted to risk it all for the Tekken. I mean, the Street Fighter Cross Tekken, but no, I couldn't risk it all, man. I wasn't paying. But I know me. It's on my mind. I'm thinking about it. So I'm going to get either that. I'm not going to get the $260 one. I'm going to get probably the $169 one, and that's the Street Fighter Cross Tekken. But anyway, but also the other ones out there, they were used, and I'm like, man, I'm not paying all that type of money for something used with somebody's nasty ass hands and where they've been, you know what I'm saying, got grease in the controller and all that. Man, give it to me new. So I'm still glad that they still make them, old 360 controllers, but. Anyway, Ham, how you doing? What's going on, brother? You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm going full commando on the top of the head tonight. Let's go.
All right. Well, I'm doing okay. My back is killing me. Back aches. It's coming back. Like I was telling you during the podcast that I went and got that shot, right?
Yeah.
It only lasted a few days. I felt like pretty good throughout those few days, and I was doing stuff around the house like normal, and then I don't know what happened. Maybe like it wore off or something, but like last night yesterday my back was starting to hurt a little bit, and I woke up today feeling like I got like I walked in the middle of the street and a truck like hit me in the back or something like that.
Yeah, man.
Like it feels terrible. Like when I woke up this morning trying to use the restroom, it took like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
just
bro,
to get out of bed and to the restroom and brace myself to use the restroom. You know, like I was just peeing, right? So this is like I'm sitting there like holding the walls, like trying to like I felt like such a baby, like I felt like a baby learning to walk again. You know what I mean? It's insane, the feeling that you get and like the sense of helplessness that you feel from being me. I'm almost 35 years old, not even 35. And I'm having trouble walking. Like, put that into context.
Yep.
So like, right when I'm feeling like I'm starting to like gain some more edge, and see, I have physical therapy this Thursday.
They will help. They will help. For sure.
No. I cannot wait to get the physical therapy, because this is my first time in this state with this issue. And I feel like when I go to the doctors, they ain't taking me serious. When I tell them that I can barely walk a block, I don't feel like they take me serious, because I walk in there and I go, I walk in there and I tell them how I feel or whatnot. But at physical therapy, they're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. And they're going to be able to measure my limits and tell the doctor, y'all need to take this dude a little bit more serious.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I cannot wait to go to physical therapy and show them that, yo, bro, like, I got here, and that's about as much as I can do.
Yeah, no, trust me. I've been living with this for the last 4 years. So I totally understand all that. You just in the infancy stages. That makes my back hurt even more thinking about it. So that's why you see these blankets back here. Yeah, man, especially when I'm doing these podcasts or if I'm gaming, I got to get up and move around. You know what I'm saying? I don't get injections anymore, but I'm finna get ready to start acupuncture. And then, I'm seeing a therapist and I'm seeing all different types of doctors about my back. So, but, I already had the surgery. So, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to get back to some kind of normal, man. It's a crazy situation, but,
I like what Matt said in the chat. That's hilarious.
What, Donovan and Ham?
Donan.
Donan. Yeah. Yeah. I'm even making this situation worse by not having my hat on, don't I? I guess I am Donan. Yeah. Shout out to Diablo 4 for all the creators out there taking my likeness. You know what I'm saying? If y'all didn't know, Donan, you know what I'm saying? That was supposed to be from K Mega's likeness. You know what I'm saying? So Thank you. I'm still waiting for that check, but you know, hey, I'm just happy. I'm just happy. But anyway, let's get to it, man. Let's get started.
You're gonna have to see Lilith and pay what you owe,
bro. I ain't trying to see her no more. I already seen her once. I don't want to see her no more. You know what I'm saying? Forget all that. That's why I had that ending. Anyway, let's keep it moving, man. Let's go straight into this. I didn't have enough time because I just came from the doctor's appointment myself, and I could not help myself. You can call me bougie, you can call me whatever you want, but this is liquid crack. I must have it. It's delicious. What is it? It's white chocolate mocha venti with a extra shot of espresso. So I'm gonna be real wound up today. So I might be up.
I think a lot of people cap if they say they don't like Starbucks. It's like, what's not
Starbucks
to like?
Off the man. I mean, I don't get it all that much. All that. Well, since I moved, it's one just down the street. So I'm just like, bro. I love it. I love it. I love me some Starbucks. But anyway,
I almost never get it anymore, but I used to get it all the time. And I used to get you call that bougie. That ain't near as bougie as what I get whenever I go.
What you get something sweet and tender, don't you?
Oh yes, I do. Oh man, I got that, and it's so good. I think it's called it's like some like cold nitro, like with like it's some like caramel salted foam.
Get that out of here, man.
It's so good. It's so good,
bro. We are not going to do this is not the Jalen Green show. This is not the bro.
Well, don't go there. Oh my goodness, I don't know that is too much. But anyways, no.
Shout out to Josh Christopher.
I think
right after that video came out, he was already gone, bro. Houston said, "No, son."
I think it's called a caramel salted cold brew with extra with extra caramel salted foam. Yeah.
Oh my! With foam?
Yeah. Well, have you never had a cold caramel macchiato?
No, I had cold coffee for the very first time, and it disgusted me. My wife had to warm it up for me because I wasn't going to drink it no more. I was like, because I forgot to.
Okay, have you ever had a frappe from McDonald's? Have you ever had a frappe from McDonald's?
A hot one? Yeah.
No, not a hot. No, a frappe.
I don't drink no cold coffee. That ain't how God intended cold coffee to be drunk.
It ain't even a cold coffee. The frappe is. It's like just a cold drink.
Bro,
anyways, oh my goodness.
I'm too hood for any ice in my coffee.
No, you ain't too hood. You just too damn ignorant. You have no idea what the hell's going on anymore in the world.
I'm too hood. Hot.
You can't say I'm too hood while you're holding Starbucks in your hand. That just doesn't correlate.
Yo, I'm hood. Motherfucker, I'm hood. With the Starbucks. Come and get some of this if you want to.
The disrespect from Paul saying, yeah, he's saying foam stars. Oh my god, that's the only foam stars I'm playing. That's the only foam star I'm playing right there.
He said with caramel and welcome to, like I said, welcome to the Jalen Green show. I'm not Jalen Green nor Josh Christopher.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You nasty.
No.
You know, I'm gonna have to get out of this camera shot.
Bro, I'm nasty, but I ain't that nasty.
Because you sick.
I'm a nasty motherfucker, but I am not that nasty.
I don't know why you keep bringing up Jalen Green. I don't know what's going on. Is that what's on?
Wait. No, because when you said sprinkles,
what you just watched before you come here,
bro, the doctor's report about my back, yes, and about everything else, about me being on my diet and shit, yes. No, that's what the last thing I seen, and seeing somebody give me my order of my Starbucks like a hot coffee. Hot. Anyway, are we supposed to be talking about video games?
I don't know what's going on anymore. You started talking about Jalen Green and, everything got lost.
It got lost. It got sent to oblivion. Anyway, shout out to the Rockets. That's why I'm a Thunder fan. Anyway, let's go. Anyway, so let's talk about this, man. All right, speaking of just something wild and crazy, here lately, I used to see the stands talk about Xbox content creators. I mean, I got put in that position a couple of times myself, but now it's more of the dealers, cults, the Iron Lords, or more so like King David. They don't mess with the rest of the Iron Lords, but just more so King David. And Gaz, even though Gaz is neutral Xbox-ish, I would think. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to troll on whoever, right? Like, so I don't really put him in there, but Jez, Gordon, all these other people, right? Like, so Dirk, Griggity, all these guys that's up and coming who's much bigger podcasts and content creators and stuff like that. They have been now, I'm starting to see more and more, the more that this ABK deal is come here, and now we're right here at the end. We're at the stretch finish line. We'll find out what the judge make a decision here this week or next week. It seems like there's a lot of tension, and the more and more that I've been seeing this, people have now started making conspiracy theories talking about Xbox content creators, gamers, and how we are on the take. Microsoft is paying us. We are part of some kind of Illuminati. We are drones that works under the system of the big corporation, and therefore we want to spew out this destructive propaganda to let people understand that we are a problem for the gaming community. What the hell is going on with these stands, bro? Why they're not talking about Final Fantasy? Just released a week and a half ago? Why are they not talking? They talked about it for like 3 or 4 days. I think I'm being a little lenient when I say that. They've been talking about it for what, half a week? And now they're back talking about Xbox. They just had a major release drop on their content, and they are out here talking about conspiracy theories and people on the take and getting money from Xbox or from Microsoft. What is your thoughts about this craziness that you've been seeing and hearing here lately?
All right. Well, if you're asking me, I'm just thinking they aren't really playing as much as you'd think that they'd be playing a game that they say that they need and can't wait for, and is better than whatever's came out already this year.
Yep.
I mean, I remember not that long ago, people like dogging on Zelda for being like 30 FPS or just not being as good as the high quality that is, this generation's games and whatnot. And then as that power narrative started to kind of look a little suspicious, they started to get a little quiet. I mean, I feel like when we all seen it for ourselves that this game, not only is it not running at 60,
right,
but it's too hot to handle in some cases for some people, very select few. Not saying a whole lot of people have this issue, but I'm just saying like that issue is there and we've seen it. And I don't know, for something that I would have been looking forward to, like I can guarantee you when Starfield comes out, it's gonna be talked about for a long time.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be annoying. And you know what's gonna be even more fun? Is that the people dogging Starfield are gonna be helping with that advertisement because they're gonna be talking trash about it. But that trash talk only keeps it in the news cycle. And there's going to be a ton of positive news to outweigh that negative news, unlike Redfall. So Redfall had a ton of the same, but unfortunately, since a lot of Xbox's own fans were just like, yeah, nah, this ain't it. Like in the quality aspect that you had been leading me to believe. So it kind of was up. I particularly think Redfall was almost alive longer than I thought it should have been. For as negatively looked at as that game was,
and
that game
it
was
sold
hitting
pretty well
for a little bit.
I mean, for all the bad press, Redfall still was a successful,
It
a
wasn't
successful month.
successful.
No. I'm talking about for the player, for the amount of people who played on the game, and it did sell. Now, I don't know where the projections is now. I'm sure it fell like a rock, but it did do decent.
Terrible.
It did for a game that got a rating of 40 something. For it to be played by so many people in that month period, and I mean we're talking about So I mean it got engagement and it sold. It sold. Like I said, it didn't like do world busters, but it was charted. So I mean that's impressive just for that game. So the question is with Redfall, which the team said that they were still going to work on it. They were going to do the game right and do the gamers who still play the game a service.
Yeah, but
will people go back? That's the question. But please continue.
But yeah, we all know that Starfield isn't gonna be that same situation. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a ton of people that are stoked about it, happy with it. Long game, takes forever to complete. So people are going to be talking about it for a long time. And then that negative publicity or whatever is just, it's going to be there, but it's just not going to be loud enough. It's not going to be loud enough this time, in my opinion. And I think that's going to say a lot to how the Final Fantasy kind of rollout looks. Right. Because, I mean, we're already hearing from people that are honest to God PlayStation fans first. We've heard it on your podcast even just this last week. Dark Optimus himself said, and PK, both fans of Final Fantasy. I'm not a fan of Final Fantasy, so I don't have any dog in this race. I don't care at the end of the day. But to hear from them, as much as I was hitting that ejectocito, but as much as I was hitting that, because I don't care about Final Fantasy, they were just saying, yo, like, it's a good game, but it's also really forgettable.
Yes.
A person I was listening to online, Final Fantasy fan, but he does like a lot of walkthrough guides and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, yo, I feel like this game is good, but it's too easy.
Mm-hmm.
And he said going through it, he's like, he said that he's been asked by multiple people why he hasn't made any walkthroughs for it. And he's like, because it's too easy. Like, he wants them to dive back into when things were a little bit harder, like an Elden Ring kind of esque to it. Where from what I thought Final Fantasy was like kind of supposed to like I said, I have no dog in the race, so I don't know because I haven't played any of the games, but you have, so maybe you can tell me. Haven't some of the Final Fantasies in the past been kind of tough, or like not just tough in the sense of like battles, but strategy?
Yeah. No question. It Final, like, especially when you're a lower tier and you go into you always, even when it was more linear, you always ran into a certain boss or two that was going to whoop your ass, and then you had to use strategy. It's not Final Fantasy has never been Elden Ring like, or like Demon Souls or anything like that. It's always giving you the option of trying to outsmart when you're against some enemy that is more powerful than you. But it's very challenging. It's always been challenging, and especially when you go and you look at like when you go and play like Final Fantasy 15, for instance. You get to a certain point before you get those before you start getting those titans, man, things is getting hot. Man, I remember when I was in the cave and I was I forget, it's been so long since I played it, but you was in this ice cave and you was looking for somebody in there. Man, the enemies in there was so damn hard. I was like, good grief. It was right before you started to start working to get to that Titan. Things started kind of calming down a little bit. But man, it's just, that's always been when you trying to progress, it's kind of hard. Okay, case in point, Diablo. Okay, so you know how like when we played Diablo and then like when we were ranked 50 and then we were over here playing with people in Torment and they're ranked 70 or 80 and we go in there and then we realize, oh, we're not ready for prime time. That's kind of how it is with Final Fantasy. Like if you go into an area, especially when they started to be making it more open world, you go into an area where you're not trying to be, and everybody tests their will and their limit. That's just how they do. No, you gonna run your ass out of there. So I mean, that's how Final Fantasy works. It's just that you have to progress your character to get strong enough in order to come back and thrash everything. So that's the same thing like with Diablo. So that's where Final Fantasy is. But I don't want Final Fantasy to ever be Souls-like, even though I do like Stranger's Paradise, but that's more Souls-like, and I don't have a problem with them doing it because that's just expanding on the franchise. But I am more of a traditional Final Fantasy. I mean, it don't have to be turn-based, but I like for what they've done with Final Fantasy VII remake. I like what they've done with Final Fantasy 15, but I don't know how I feel about Final Fantasy 16, except I know it looks beautiful. I would play it if it wasn't for those stupid ass comments, but it's just more of the thing for me is like, it seems like more like Devil May Cry than it does like a traditional Final Fantasy. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about it.
In my opinion, I think that's more up my alley than ever, to be honest. But I just never cared about Final Fantasy. So like, and then the remarks the guy made didn't help, Right. So like, right. so I'm so like disengaged with the franchise to even really care. That's why I'm asking you questions, hearing this from other people. I'm literally telling you right now, I have no stake in the race and I don't care about Final Fantasy at all. But all in all, from what I've heard from people, the game is fun still. And that's what really matters at the end of the day. That's what really matters at the end of the day. So if people are having fun with it, have fun with it. But it's just weird to see the expectation that was there, and then it's just been kind of diminished quickly. But here's some credit I will give to Final Fantasy. This year in gaming has been so fucking insane.
Yeah.
That people are already forgetting about Zelda.
That is nuts. You're right.
So like, let's keep that in mind as well, because I don't want to sit here and act like, oh, this game is just, it ain't shit because Starfield's gonna be the shit. No, I think Starfield's gonna be the shit. Do I think Starfield's gonna get forgotten about as quick as a Final Fantasy probably will? No, I think Starfield's gonna be more popular this year than a Final Fantasy game. It could be more popular than Zelda, depending on how it rolls out. Will it beat Zelda? That's a different story, right? More popular, more talked about is a little different, Right. I mean, just like you would, I would easily say that God of War is more popular than FromSoft games. Any of them. Mm-hmm. Any of them.
No question.
You can ask a woman on the street. You can ask a woman on the street who is Kratos. Ring, though. No. Time out. Listen to me though.
Okay.
I'm just saying. You can ask people like outside the business who Kratos is, and a lot more people are going to know who Kratos is than who's going to know who Melania, Blade of Molecula, or whatever that name is. A lot more people are going to know that, even though one beat the other one. It's still it's just like Mario versus almost anything, right?
Rayman,
yeah. Like one can outdo one year, but in history, I think if we think about 20 years from now, more people are still going to know Kratos more than anything to do with FromSoft games.
You talking about with the
so popularity is different.
The popularity, yeah, but also to Elden Ring's point, to Elden Ring, it's a new IP. God of
Fair.
War has been out. Yeah, God of War has been out since PlayStation 2. So that, let me go ahead and get these super chats, and then I'm going to read something because I wanted to check and see if I wasn't trying to cap or anything about Starfield.
I don't know. Well, do you think people will know
not
Clive?
Starfield, but Redfall.
Do you think people will know who Clive is? Fahim asked in the chat. He said, "People will know who Clive is, sir."
No. If I wasn't paying attention to what was said in Twitter, I wouldn't know who Clive was. I would have thought they were talking about a movie character or something. But hold on, let me go ahead and read this from Drawn T. Appreciate it, brother. TJ. He says, what's your percentage on the judge ruling in Microsoft's favor? I will get to that in a hot second. I will definitely give you my percentage on that. And then Drawn T, again, TJ, again, he said, hi, K-Mega and panel, everyone. Please hit that like button. Indeed, do that. Hit that like button. Share this out, man. Let them know. New podcast in town. I'll get to that. Let me read this first because I'm old. You know what I'm saying? You see the bald head. I'm old. Okay, so Redfall went from the number one top seller to being dropped out of the top 1,000. Okay, so it did sell. It did sell to a certain degree. I mean, Microsoft did come out in the hearings and say that that Redfall it didn't meet expectations, but it did sell this. But what was the thing I'm talking about? The engagement aspect. It's the second most played Game Pass. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. It had it,
which is insane.
Which is insane. Second best. That's nuts. So maybe I'm thinking High Five Rush
What's
was probably
number
the first
one?
one. I don't know. It could be High Five Rush. I have no idea though.
I was thinking maybe Sea of Thieves.
It could be Sea of Thieves. It could be Halo. Could be Forza.
But then the only reason I think it might be Sea of Thieves over Halo is because Sea of Thieves is a one game where Halo is like a bunch of different games.
Right. So you could be
and
right.
Sea of Thieves came with like Sea of Thieves was like Game Pass from the jump. You know, so I don't know. That's interesting. That'd be an interesting thing to look up.
Dark Ottoman said, I think this is the first time I saw K-Mega without a hat. Right. I got questioned about me being bald. Stop it. I got questioned about me being bald, and I got questioned about the stands talk about my beard like I drew it on or some crazy shit or whatever. When I first started to get my beard developed in the barber, I was just growing it out. So he sit there and he cut it in a weird way, and so I was flexing it. Yeah, let's go. Anyway, but I don't know. Drawn on beard. These guys be thinking of any and everything. But back to drawn TJ's question. I give it a 75% chance that this deal is going to go through because I cannot go 100%. I can't go 80. I can't go 90. I'm going to say 75%. There's a 25% chance I feel that the judge can make, like I said, and I've said this on GRG, I've said this elsewhere. The judge was so fair. If she decides that the deal doesn't need to go through, I'm going to trust her judgment on it because she's going to give a valid explanation. But I just think by everything that is there, that has been available, that's why I'm saying 70. I mean, I'm saying 75% chance that this is going to go through. Ham, what is your percentage?
100.
Let's go.
100%.
This man want to risk it all.
It's gonna pass. I'm risking it all. I'm just like, you know what? Either I have faith in the government or I don't in this situation. And like, there's no like, I'm okay, kinda. No, I'm not okay with it if it doesn't go through. Just for the fact that I just want Xbox to have 2 wins in a row.
Well, it could be potentially 3.
That's what I'm saying.
Could you see this? Could you see after the horrible situation with Redfall, probably one of Xbox's, it's up there with one of Xbox's lowest points, right? To have this ABK deal go forward, Starfield dropping. We know that they got exclusives for Indiana Jones. Forza's going to drop, and and then they had a fantastic, probably one of the best showcases that we've ever seen, or definitely from Xbox. That is one hell of a year. It's just like what I was trying to tell people before. Like, don't let this Redfall shit fool you, folks. This is a bad deal, no question. But if the rest of the year is good for Xbox, nobody's going to talk about Redfall except for the stands. That's it, because that's all they have left. And and trust me, I want it to be 1,000% go through, because I can't wait for the meltdown, because we're already seeing the meltdown. They're already making speculations about people being paid off. They're already talking about that this is a monopoly. Microsoft is already taking it about. They're saying they're coming up with any and everything. Hell, I'm even seeing some stands out here saying that they're done with Twitter. They're done. They're done. Wooly said he's out of here. He's done. He's done with Twitter. He said he ain't coming back no more. He's done.
I don't mind Wooly Gamer. I like the guy, but I think
he's all right. I think that's he's capping, because if the deal don't go through, we gonna see his wherever the hell he's from. He's somewhere overseas. He sit there and gonna be talking in that funny ass language and shit, and then just whatever. He gonna be back, and he'll be back. He'll be back. He'll be back. He'll be back. If anything bad's gonna happen with Xbox, he's gonna be back. What? Crazy ass the accent. You know what I'm saying? Talking that stand talk, that shit sounds ridiculous. What are you? And then he try to be educational with it, bro. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. No, I like Wolby. He's not one of the bad ones like that. No, he's like people.
No. He lays it on pretty thick when he throws you some trash talk. But behind the curtains, he's a pretty good dude, man.
Yeah, behind the curtains. Yeah,
like I've rocked with Wooly a couple times, man. Like people,
he's cool.
People sometimes take this video game stuff too serious.
Way too seriously. No, he's not bad at all. Like, I mean, and I'm starting to learn who's fake. They try to be really cool, but then they fake as hell, and then they get out there and they do all that, and then there's other people that's just, look, they just cool PlayStation dudes. They just ride for PlayStation. There's nothing, and females as well. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, no,
I'd much rather have Wooly Gamer than Marlon Gaming Nation. I tell you that much. The amount of flopping I seen Marlon do, I'm calling out names right now. I don't give a damn, bro. Like, God damn. God damn, man, that man fell off. Like he was on Gaz's show. He was on all these like shows of like, I'm just Mr. Peace, Love, and Happiness. Man, lost his mind. You seen when he slammed that table?
Bro,
he about knocked his house down.
He was angry. Boom. I'm like, what? Over some. I mean, yeah, he hit that table with disgust. Man, I know if he has a wife or a girlfriend, she was sleeping in the other room that night, because dude was mad. Bro, he walked off. Man, no, there's fake outrage, and then there's our brother was mad. I don't know how many years have we heard these people say that they want Xbox to compete. That Xbox needed to show that they needed to be the behemoth of what they are. And then all of a sudden, here we go. Microsoft is showing. Now this case is revealed that PlayStation and Google and Amazon and all these other entities was trying to hold Xbox into a ball, because they were trying as hard as they can, because they were trying to get. And now it's starting to leak. It's starting to burst, and that ball's getting bigger and bigger. Here we come.
The thing that didn't add up to me is that you were literally on like shows with people clear after the announcement last year of Xbox trying to acquire Activision Blizzard. So to wait until damn near the deadline to just lose your composure just shows me that you were pretending to be cool with everything, and once just one thing started to kind of bleed, once PlayStation looked a little silly, just a little bit, that or Xbox looked too strong, just a little bit,
right?
In the sense of throwing its weight around, right? Then you completely melt down for multiple days, just melting in a show with like 500 people, 600 people watching. You're writing all over your Xbox 30 FPS. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, he wrote 30 FPS on the Xbox. He's slamming his table. He's peeing and hawing, and that's why I made that goddamn video clip of him doing his little horse neigh.
Yeah,
because he sounded, because you can't lie, K Mega. When you watched that, you heard that horse neigh at the end, you're like, that makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah. Bro, I don't get it. I mean, listen, for me being an Xbox dude from a content creator from the very beginning, and to hearing all of the problems and having to admit some of the problems, that's not easy to do, especially when you are a person that speaks for a gaming console that you enjoy, and then you see the shortcomings, and you look and you see how it's getting dog walked by the competition. And you're still staying loyal to the soil, you know what I'm saying? In the sense of just like, look, man, I mean, and I know that may sound crazy because I look at the gaming thing as like a sports fan. Of course, I'm going to still support PlayStation products. Of course, I'm still going to support Nintendo products. Of course, I'm going to support stuff on PC. Maybe not so much mobile because I'm not a mobile gamer like that. But the fact of it is that, like, at least there's Xbox gamers that acknowledge the Xbox problem. These guys, it's almost like a cult. And trust me, I seen this when I first was on Facebook. There was people that would speak about Sony and they would get jumped on. And they would get sent away and they would get kicked out of those parties and all of that. It was really, really crazy. And so now to this day, like, they refuse. And I told people this, listen, it doesn't matter how good the Xbox conference is going to be. It's not going to matter how good Starfield is going to be. And that's what Phil was alluding to, was like, look, it could be an 11 out of 10. It just ain't going to change the fact or the perspective, because now we're starting to see, or I've already seen it. You've probably already seen it. There's other people, the listeners, that already knew about it. But the media is just not they want to have something to always throw a stone at. And they can't do that to Sony, because if they do, you've seen what happened to them with the Last of Us 2 scenario with all that bad press. So they just can't. So I'm trying to figure out, how is it that these people are trying to tell us that content creators and other people out here is part of some Xbox Illuminati or some kind of crazy shit, to the point to now that you completely this man got a jacket on.
That's cold, man. I'm cold.
I'm like, what's going on? You finna go? Now that they're in a position to where they overlook all of this craziness that's going on. If you're a gamer, you want to, and if you've claimed you want to see competition, here it is starting to get there. The ABK deal will be a fantastic addition to the competition space. Now, we don't know how Activision with Microsoft will work out over time, but for the bigger scheme of things, it opens up a lot of opportunities for Xbox to reach out more gamers. It goes into what me and King David and others have said about Xbox doesn't have to win the console war in order to get the market share. Game Pass is that strategy now. And Sony is stuck into the past, and then they're now trying to understand, like, oh, well, maybe we need to start broadening our horizons and start doing some things, but still hold back because we still are the market leader by having this old traditional way. If Microsoft gets this deal and then gets other things, brother, it's going to change the game for everything, and they know that. They know that. The industry knows that. And that's why they want to stop it.
I'm telling you, bro. It's insane that first of all, that I even have to fucking say this.
Mm-hmm.
But what I gotta say is the amount of cheerleading to pay more has never been understood by this person right here. I don't get it. I understand you buy something big and pretty and you want to brag about your purchase. Sometimes, sure, right? Oh, K-Mega got
Yeah.
a 4080, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But why do you purchase something in the most part? Why? You purchase most things for the longevity, especially with products,
Right.
right? You
Right.
purchase that 4080 today, you're good for the foreseeable future,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
You purchase a PlayStation, you know there's going to be some good games. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
You purchased it for the foreseeable future. But to get angry that there's another company that's giving out a better deal, and I'm just mad. I'm molding.
Yeah.
I'm ready to punch a hole in the wall. I'm ready to write on my Xbox package that this is just, you're ruining gaming because I can afford it. No, like
That's
what?
exactly it. Yeah, that's it.
Like
That's it.
what are we doing here? Is it would it be ruining if you knew that your electric company could put out bunch of what's it called, solar panels
Mm-hmm.
everywhere at no extra cost to you, and in fact it might cheapen your yearly bill, and you don't have, it ain't on your property,
Mm-hmm.
it ain't doing nothing to you. Are you gonna say, nah, man,
Some people will.
don't
I
don't
mean,
do that?
yeah.
Don't do that because I want it to compete the same way as, I don't know, Cleveland's power grid, or I don't know, Detroit, or hell, even here, Des Moines. I want it to compete the same way that they do. And they're like, but we have opportunity to make this better for everybody, including
Right.
you. And you're just like, nah, man, I like it the way it is. That is just, it's just so weird because at the same time, they're like, man, I don't want all these damn subscription services, or I don't want all these damn different TV services and something like that. I wish there was just one place that I could just get everything.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what Xbox is trying to do? They
Right.
are literally trying to give you everything in one package.
Right.
That includes new things. So the same stuff that people are willing to pay $20 a month for HBO Max to get a movie to watch, or to watch season 1 of The Last of Us for $20 per month. You're going to watch that. But if you get a whole ass video game that you can play, you can have memories with. Sure, you can have memories with your movie as well, but it's not going to be near as interactive. It's probably not going to last near as long. I mean, it shouldn't
No.
if it's a video game.
Right.
So I just don't understand how just preaching against money being in my wallet more is crazy.
Right. Right.
I don't know why people think that's. Here's the thing that I don't understand the most is that I just don't understand how it's degrading games. And not only do a lot of fans that are against this deal think that, not only does Jim Ryan think that, but the same people that say they don't like it participate in it. So it
Talk
doesn't,
about it.
it's just like, what are you talking about?
Talk about
Not
it.
only did you say this is degrading a game, but then you take somebody else's game and you put it on your service day one. So what are you saying that you're doing? Are you degrading games too?
Mm.
Was Chia degraded right after launch? Because that launched straight into PlayStation Plus Premium.
Talk about
How
it.
about Stray? Are you going to say that you just took advantage of an indie developer? I mean, Annapurna, right? But
Right.
wasn't a. I mean, they're kind of a big company, but
Yeah.
I think they're just the publishers, right?
Right. They're just a publisher for it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that was a new group of people that made that game for Stray.
I
thought it was.
Right now. Yeah.
I don't know how many other games they had in the past, but I'm just like the amount of circles that you're talking in leads me right back to the beginning of the conversation where I'm just like, say what? What's the problem? What's really the problem? You keep crying and saying I'm hurt or saying something's getting hurt, but you have nothing to point at that's hurt. Most publishers don't like
Blue 12
most publishers.
Studio.
Are they new?
Yeah, they're fairly new. Yeah, they've worked.
So did they just take advantage of and degrade them right from the jump?
I mean, from their perspective, right.
I'm just saying, like, you have to, like if you're gonna make these arguments, these claims, these hurting gaming kind of things, I find it really interesting, really wild that as much as Microsoft is supposedly trying to hurt gaming, PlayStation is kind of doing exactly what Xbox is doing at a slower pace. Putting games on PC, making PC products, making a whole different way to play. You know, it's just like every single thing I hear complained about from people on PlayStation that are fanboys and assholes about it, the same things that I hear them complain about, you can literally see it in the history of PlayStation every step of the way. So I just don't understand the frustration.
Yeah,
when Xbox does something, it's bad.
Right. They are a new studio. Stray seems to be like their first game. But they're going to be unless they worked on Blasphemous, and I don't know if they did, but it just shows that Blasphemous 2 is one of the games that they worked on. Well, Blasphemous 2 is a game that's coming out this year. I know that game came out last year because I have Blasphemous. Nocturnal, and then they got another game called Senses and 2D and Top D. So yeah, they're fairly new. It's just like, but you was right. You was correct with them. So yeah.
I mean, like I said, it just doesn't make sense that literally everything that they complain about is being done within their own ecosystem.
Bro.
Everything. First party, first day ones. What was Destruction All-Stars? What's Chia? Those are day ones. Those are just cheap.
Yeah.
They just suck. I mean that's the only difference. I mean, I can't say Chia sucks because it's just not my type of game. I just gave it a try. I can definitely just say Destruction All-Star sucks. I gave that a good try, and I was just like, this ain't it.
So it wasn't good at all, huh?
It was not. I don't in a pet peeve I don't like. And they do the same thing in Sleeping Dogs. I didn't like it in that game either. When your car moves sideways and jolts forward, I hate that.
Oh my goodness!
Because it's just so unrealistic,
right?
And it's like, why am I in a car if it's doing that? What car that has tires that only point forward or turn slams to the side? Why am I even in a car? Anyways, continue here, Meg. I'm getting
Oh
off topic.
man, no, you good, you good. All right, let me get some more from Drawn T. Yo, man, I see he said bald headed maniac. I appreciate it, brother. I'll take it. But Drawn T, again, thank you, sir. He says I can agree with that. And Halo Infinite was on Game Pass day one, by the way. But yeah, but I don't know. I mean, Ham could be absolutely right. It could be Sea of Thieves. It could be Grounded. I have no idea. Like, I mean, Forza, there's a lot of titles that got a lot of attention from playing Game Pass. So, I mean, but just Redfall was the second best. Like, what? And listen, somebody else in the chat, I forgot who said that, but that's what got me behind on being Forspoken and even given a true opportunity for Hogwarts and Star Wars, because I was playing Redfall for too damn long. I was like, hold on, how am I digging this game like this? Like, and I'm still like, I'm going to go back once they get it completely fixed because I enjoyed it. So I don't know, man. Anyway, Drawn T again, he said next Sega and CD Projekt Red and Crytek, Paradox, and Crystal Dynamics, and Adios Montreal. Listen, I would love all of that, but I'm thinking we just got to pump the brakes. I think 2 out of that list is definitely, because I'm over here now thinking Crystal Dynamics is on that list, on that short list for Microsoft. Sega, that's something that they're gonna have to wait a while, because if this ABK deal goes through, Microsoft is not hitting no big purchases like that. Like, they just not. Like, I understand it's under a certain spectrum. Now, if the deal doesn't go through, now the short list is Sega. So we'll see. But Crystal Dynamics, I do not see Crytek. You know how much I love CD Projekt Red's work. That would be a bombshell. That would be everything right there. And then right there, you just pretty much have the Western RPG market locked. Like, just like how Sony has the JRPG, the Eastern RPG just locked. So it's I don't know, man. Well, I mean, I can't really say that now because Persona is now finally on Xbox. But I mean, what did Xbox have to give? You know what I mean? Like, that wasn't a deal that, I mean, I guess we do know it because the super games that they're going to be working on and stuff like that, and they're going to be using the cloud Azure and all that other stuff. But yeah, no, thank you, Drawn T. I really do appreciate the support. Drawn T, again, you can't fix stupid, and I understand you cannot. If that, and then let me see what my boy Paulie said. He said if that 4080 was on sale, I bet K Mega would rather pay less. Absolutely. That's the whole thing about this. Sir X Man, when you sit there in the chat, he said they sent me home because I had a heat stroke. Brother, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? But I'm glad that you okay. Keep your ass safe and steal for a little bit. Stop being so thirsty for the money. Piece of you can have all the money in the world, but if you ain't around or you're not capable to enjoy it, it means nothing. So, brother, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Man, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm trying to preach to my brother, Sir X Man, because of my situation. I kept on. My doctor was like, maybe you need to tell him to pump the brakes. My wife, everybody else, they seen how much I was in pain. I kept on working because I had that crazy ass mentality. I'm a man. I'm the provider of this house. I got to keep this moving. I got to do what I got to do. You get out here, you work with a whole bunch of men out here. I ain't in no mood to be called out my name by some other dude or I might try to run his ass over. I ain't trying to hear it. I'm out here. I'm working. I'm grinding. And sure enough, I grind myself until now I'm retired. so but take care of yourself, because I know drivers that, man, they work. Their doctors, people told them to tell the job, look, chill out, don't do it. And then they didn't wake up the next day. So, you know what I'm saying? So you got to take care of yourself, Sir X-Man. But anyway, keep on going. Yes, stay hydrated, man. It's hot out here. So, man, take care of yourself, people, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, peace of mind goes a further long way than trying to prove something to somebody. Because at the end of the day, You know what I'm saying? We all work, you know what I'm saying? You have to try to find the balance of trying to work to live. Try to work to, not to, how was it put to me? You don't need to find a balance so you won't be in a position to where you're working to live. You know what I'm saying? You have to find that
work
balance.
To live, not live to work.
Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got to find that balance to where you're working just to try to maintain. Like, you got to find some peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I stress that to anybody out there. So when I see what these kids do, I don't condone what a lot of these kids do on how they disrespect jobs and things like that. I mean, you got to be happy about having some work. But if they're not feeling it and they just leave, hey, you know what I'm saying? Find what you're looking for so you can make that money, man. Find your happiness. But anyway, okay, so to your point, Ham, I agree with everything that you say. But the thing also to add more to it is that these stands out here are jealous. They're absolutely jealous. They don't get the same type of love that they wish that they had Game Pass on PlayStation. They wish it. And you know why?
That's a fact.
Yeah, they wish it. They want it so bad. They wish that they wish they can talk to somebody at Sony, like Xbox gamers do, to talk to the execs out there to tell them that they would like to have something like Game Pass on their console, to where they could save money. And you know why I say this? It's because just like in the court hearings, they exposed their asses. 15%. 15% profit is great. But you lied to all of us and told us that the exclusives is what mattered on that console. That's not what the data said. That's not. 85% is third party money. You lied to us, PlayStation content creators. You said that those exclusives were the lifeblood of the PlayStation, and it is not. 15%, 85%. You can twist my words in my post and everything else and make it out to whatever the hell you're trying to. But the facts are the facts. You can't go into court and lie. That's perjury. They'll put the cuffs on your ass to send you on. So you can't do that. So again, stop it. You want the same things. And like I said, it's jealousy. You would love for Jim Ryan to sit there and to do interviews or have like a sit down to where you could talk with him. You would love to sit back in the game with Yoshida or have a you know what I'm saying, game on something, you know, or talk about some gaming. Bro, it's just what it is. You can say that people are stealing over, over these people over Sarah. But listen, I'm telling you this right now, man. It was dope to see a multi-millionaire man that shouldn't know me from anything. I go up there and I shake his hand, and he says, "Hey, how you doing?" And Tim Dog's right there next to me, southbound. And I sit there and I say, "Hey, I'm K Mega." He said, "I know who you are." He said, "I know who you are. We listen." Bro, that like word. And then, like, I told y'all the story. The man shoulder blocked me. Phil looked at me, put his arms on me, and then just kind of did a damn jump. I'm like, God damn, what? Bro, like, and then everybody else that I met there from the xCloud team, and just not only this them, but just everybody else, meeting the people from Respawn and all this. Man, the interactions is just so different. That's why I hope to God that E3 will eventually come back so I can go back, and if not, I'm gonna have to find another way to just go to maybe PAX Southwest or PAX East even, whatever, because I enjoy that environment so much. And listen, I mean, Ham knows this himself. Like, even saying when there was an issue going on with Loke, with what was happening with his situation, didn't I get in touch with somebody to try to help out Loke's situation, Ham?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That was dope.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That PlayStation dudes would love to have that, to sit there and hit somebody else. I don't be bragging about that shit like that because it ain't really that important. It's just the fact that it's cool to sit there and then I'm sitting here playing with Xbox execs and just regular Xbox gamers yesterday playing Diablo. Bro, it ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying it now just to make the point, like, y'all jealous. Y'all jealous. Y'all hate that shit. Y'all can't stand that we can do it and you don't. They don't care about you like that. And hell, these people make enough money not to care about us. I understand it's a corporation. But the fact that they will sit there and give their time of day to sit there and game with you, to talk with you, to listen to whatever that you want to say to them, and then they interact back. It's not like it's just a one-sided thing. You don't get that. Very few does. Like when they had the thing, the last time that they had a Sony showcase at E3, I was ready to go. I wanted to see what they wanted to do because as a gamer, I enjoy everything. I like these events. I'll sit there and watch the most boring event, and I will find something that I like. I wanted to go there. No, only exclusive to a few people. The diehard PlayStation fans, like this one cool ass PlayStation dude. He had all PlayStation gear on. He had the link. Me and him played Madden. I had to dust him, but you know what I'm saying? Really cool dude. Really cool dude. Why is that dude not sitting up there and not got an opportunity? Why am I sitting here talking to people who are really big Kojima fans? I'm standing in line and I'm talking to them about Death Stranding. You know what I'm saying? Having just good, proper conversations, no console war bullshit, just having a good time. And these guys was hoping to get to see if they could find a way to get into the PlayStation event. No, shut down. People, when Sony had the Call of Duty stand open. Those people couldn't come and see them. Only the media. Only the media could go in there and play, get some hands on. Every Xbox game that was there, we had hands on. That is the difference. Like they at least try to bring their community in. Now is that because they're third place? That could be. But at least they try and make an effort. And that's the whole part of it. These people, they want us they collaborate with us. But again, y'all hate it. Y'all are just jealous of it. There ain't no question about it. Y'all, because y'all expose yourself. Y'all jealous that Game Pass is something that saves people money. Y'all jealous because the execs don't give a damn about y'all because they ain't even on Twitter like that to give a damn about y'all, about what y'all bitching and complaining about, because they might listen about certain things and make some changes, but they keep charging you, and then they know that y'all silly asses is going to sit there and still support it. We don't care about old games. That's what we don't care about old games. What happened? Y'all get this extra shit going on to where y'all get to play old games. Oh, that's the most amazing thing ever, bro. Y'all got made fools of. Y'all can talk about how us Xbox gamers got made fool out of, bro. Y'all have been looking bad. Y'all been down bad. It's been tragic. Y'all been getting cooked for the last 4 years. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. It's getting downright awful. And if this deal goes through, I'm not even gonna say too much. I'm gonna just sit here and have me some more Starbucks, and I'm just gonna watch and enjoy myself. I'm gonna be playing the game and watching Twitter gaming Twitter just go into an outrageous, blissful, just stand fest rants and videos and crybaby shit. I can't wait. And if the ABK don't go through, you know what y'all gonna do. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm just saying, y'all getting cooked. Fahim, you know these are facts. So let's just go ahead and just keep it 100. Y'all want Game Pass. Y'all want PlayStation to save y'all money. Because if the facts are the facts, like I said, my last point on this, and I'm gonna repeat it again. If you didn't want a Game Pass for yourself, you would be buying more than 15%, getting 15% more profit on your exclusive games when y'all said that this is the lifeblood of PlayStation. Prove me wrong on that. I don't know. What do you think, Ham? Got anything else to add on that before we move on?
Nah, I'm ready to move on.
He said, no, we don't. Fahim said, no, we don't. We don't want to save money. We want to pay $70. Hell, if they charge us $80, we want to pay it. And if Sony drops 4 games a year and you're paying $70 per game, Xbox gamers is paying one flat fee, unless it's a game that they absolutely want. They're still supporting the brand. They're still supporting the people who makes the games. and the gamers win. Everybody wins. You've seen this, you've heard this from developers and everybody else, but y'all listen to somebody who's not even in the gaming anymore, and y'all swear that what they say is the gospel. If last point, if this was true, that Game Pass was destructive, we wouldn't be getting games from Capcom. We wouldn't be getting games from Namco Bandai. We wouldn't be getting games from Sega. We wouldn't be getting games from there. We just wouldn't. We wouldn't be getting games on Game Pass like that. And we would be looking at like, maybe these PlayStation guys is right. But you're not. So, all right, let's just move on. Sony is making a move for the Korean market. They're looking to try to get more exclusives. It's no secret that Korea is an upcoming bed of just great studios. I mean, a lot of their stuff is mobile, but now they're starting to bring out more and more AAA titles. And of course, like a company like Pearl Abyss, who got a lot of MMOs dropping. I mean, of course, we played Black Desert, and then of course a game that I feel guilty of wanting to play it, but it looks so damn fun. Doki V. I'm really looking forward to when Doki V eventually comes out. What about you, Ham? You remember Doki V?
No.
Oh my gosh, Doki V, man! You got to look that up. You got to look up Doki V if you can look it up. You can see it
right now.
It can, yeah. Look it up.
How do you even spell that?
DOKE capital V.
Doki V.
Yes. Bro, Fahim. Yes, people lied. They lied to us. They lied. But anyway.
What's this supposed to be?
It's a MMO, like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, you just do all different types of things. These kids, they turn into like little robots and other things, and it's just it looks just fun. It looks just absolutely fun. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. But that's another game from Korea that's coming out. So, but your thoughts about Sony making a push? I think it's smart. It is very, very smart for them to try to go in that market. I mean, Stellar Blade is a Korean game. Or you want to say Her Thickness and Yams. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
the Yam Goddess.
The Yam Goddess. That's a Korean game. So I just think that like it makes a lot of sense for Sony to go ahead and make this move because they're looking to make exclusives. Do you think that Xbox should make a play as well? Because I mean, Sony already has the Japanese market completely locked. I mean, even though that there's a little bit here and there that's slowly trickling on to the Xbox, but let's not get a twist. Nintendo and PlayStation has that market locked. You think Xbox should be going here trying to do the same thing? Of trying to acquire studios out there or trying to make deals to maybe have exclusivity like what Sony is trying to do?
Man, I tell you what, Xbox needs to just continue doing what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And like if this deal passes, then I mean I'm kind of hands off on what Xbox should do next because they got a big enough ship to sail as it is. I mean, if they choose to, add more to it, more the merrier. But at a certain point, especially after a big get like Activision Blizzard, like if they actually complete that deal, then I'm just looking forward to games, and anything that I hear from then on is just like sprinkles on top, or just even more because. I mean, we're not even we're like just over halfway in the year right now, and bro, there's already a ton to play. There's going to be a ton to play here in the next 6 months, and I'm just thinking of the next 6 months. I mean, if I'm being realistic, I mean, I think I got dang near the next like year to year and a half figured out if everything rolls out the way that it should. And that's more or less just for Xbox and kind of PlayStation because I still like I see you back there, Wolverine. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like PlayStation still has something, to look forward to as much as we seen that last showcase and was like, man, that looked sparse. Like,
Yeah.
I do think PlayStation likes to kind of keep their hand, keep their the hand they deal close,
Hmm.
close and not really let too much stuff go on. And I felt like the last showcase was just them kind of vomiting games that they have that they're working on that aren't really that ready, but they wanted to market at least.
Right.
I mean, just kind of looking back on it after, as long as it's been now, it just kind of feels like that's what that showcase was, because it wasn't anything that got you off your feet that much, other than Spider-Man and the third party games. The first party games were just kind of like the third party games, or I mean, the first party games reminded me of Xbox's early showcase where they showed off Fable the first time and stuff like that, where
Hmm.
it's just like all these games are kind of out there and we don't know where they're at, but we're working on them and we just want to give you a taste test just to kind of gauge how you guys are feeling about it. As for them going for, as for Sony going for the Korean market, I think that's just them conducting business like every other day. I mean, kind of. They like to do stuff kind of smaller, I guess, in scope. But I also
Right.
think that they're trying to stick to what they, have been saying that they do
Hmm.
instead of outright competing with Microsoft. Because like I've said many a times, and I mean, the reality is they're not really competing with Microsoft yet.
Right.
Like they're that far in the lead that they're not really competing. And it's weird because they're kind of. I mean, I know some people don't like this to be said, but they are. They're kind of copying the strategy of Microsoft while in the lead to kind of
Right.
keep them where they are.
Keep them in bay. Right.
Exactly. So it's just kind of weird to see that and then see them complain about the whole FTC thing and whatnot. But that's just another tactic of keeping them at bay. Like and I've said this last year, earlier in the year than this last year. I said it pretty much as soon as Sony raised any kind of kerfuffle at all about Activision Blizzard. Is I said that their strategy is, if they can't stop this, make it take as long as absolutely possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're gonna they're gonna stretch this thing out and make they want Microsoft to be fiddling around doing stuff while they're taking care of business at the same time. So I mean, that's kind of part of the strategy, in my opinion, for Sony. They continue to do business as such. They were going to go after these guys anyways. Whether Xbox decided to get this deal, or whether it goes through or not, they were still going to go after these guys because this is how they do the business. But in the meantime, while Xbox is trying to get a foothold somewhere, let's put a stick in their bike tire. Make them
Right.
stop and figure things out again.
Right. I sit there and I think I got our picture stuck, but that's okay. I'll fix that. Yeah, I'll fix that. Hold on. Let's see.
Hey man, no wonder you were acting like that. I was like,
Okay.
man, you
Yeah, I
acting
was
a
just
little suspect.
I
This
had to
man's
change that.
having a
Yeah, I was like,
meltdown in the
oh
background.
snap, no, I keep it. I'm not a full professional yet, but at least I know how to get out of some of these snags. I used to not, but I could. I wanted to read something from Mr. Kima. He said, Xbox had a game developers conference in South Korea. I do remember seeing that. I don't know if that was last year or if that was this year. I don't know if people could. I know that it happened, but so yeah, Xbox is full aware of this, and I mean, it's also like with. And let's not forget about China as well. There's a lot of dope games coming from China. I've been playing quite a few of them. Well, I can't say quite a few of them. I've been playing some on PC seen some great potential. They weren't big budget games, but now they're starting to get ready to start throwing out big budget games, or at least games that's going to be running off of the Unreal Engine 5. And you know, like that what is that? Black Myth or whatever, that one game,
Wukong.
Yeah,
Black Myth
Wukong. Yeah, that's a Chinese game. But I also want to read he said, "Oh yeah, well, Sir X-Man, yeah, well, next time we'll do this. We do this every week. So, and then also, I'm going to start doing my thought videos, and Ham is going to come and join me on that too. So you're free. Anybody's free. Come and just hit me up and let me know. So yeah, and I'll be doing my thought videos on Wednesday. So I'll be doing more podcasts than I've done in a long time, because I still will be doing Devin the Gamer. GRG is going to be off for a couple of weeks because of because of holiday week this week, and then next week I'm finna go to a little shing ding with some of the homies. So, you know, so it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you'll still see my big head. I'll just have my hat on. Maybe not. I don't know. What y'all think about the bald head? You know what I'm saying? Let's go. I know I need to shave it a little bit. But anyway.
Nobody looking at you.
Yes, they are. Anyway, some of the Korean companies, gaming companies out there, if people did not know, okay, so Smilegate is one, Necron is the other, Krafton, Crafton. Thank you. Let me be country, because I'm definitely going to be.
You did sound like you said Krafton.
No, I said Krafton. So it says Krafton. So.
Krafton.
No, I say Krafton. Anyway, so NeoWiz, Game US Inc., We Made Entertainment, W Games Co. Ltd., WebZen, NCSoft, Netmarble, Pearl Abyss, Gravity, Com2 Us Studios. Okay. Blue Side, and then Furlough Games Company Ltd. Now we know from Smilegate, there's the Crossfire games coming from them. Let me read what's from NeoWiz. Can anybody guess what's coming from NeoWiz? It's coming out here in September.
NeoWiz. Oh wait. You said it's coming out in September.
Yeah, they got a game coming out in September.
It is it going in the Game Pass?
Yes, it is.
Was it shown at the second showcase?
I believe so. There was so much that they showed, but yes, I think they did. Yes.
Well, here's why I'm kind of beating around the bush, because I'm trying to remember the name of that title.
Thank you for him.
Where? Yeah, Krafton.
Well, he's saying Krafton. So I'm saying Krafton, but Krafton, whatever the case.
But anyways, what was it? Dang. First Descendants? Is it something like that, or?
No, it's Lies of P.
Oh, it's Lies of P.
Lies of P.
I was narrowing it down. I was close, but I didn't get it.
Yeah, you was close. But yeah, Lies of P is that's a Korean game.
Who is the person that did First Descendant though? Because that game looks fire, and I know it's out in like I know it's created by somebody out east.
Yes, it is made for somebody out east. Trying to look at, okay. Oh yeah. Necron, who's made First Descendant.
Oh, okay.
So,
dope.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that side.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of hot games coming from out in Korea, man. Like, so, and especially, you know what I'm saying, Her Highness Yams, her thickness. You know what I'm saying? Stellar Blade, that will be dropping. Let me go back and see if I've seen that super chat. I thought I read all of them, TJ, but we will look. Oh, no, I did not miss that. He said, I'm working in a building 10 hours, no AC, 102 Fahrenheit in Washington State. Bro, I've been there, not in a building, but just out here in the elements, man. And even though sometimes like we're being constructed buildings and there's of course no air and stuff like that, don't matter, man. Like, and then just, yeah, bro, take care of yourself, TJ. You know what I'm saying? You get too hot, man, stay hydrated, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Well, Sir X, man, I'm sure you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, bro, I mean, I've that's why I've always, even when I was working a lot of hours, I still try to maintain me doing podcasting. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just something I think I'll be doing for a while. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there'll be a day when I'll hang it up, but it's not going to be no time soon. But, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I love podcasting. I love doing this stuff. It's fun. Yeah, Washington, Oklahoma. I don't know. How hot does it get out there where you are? Is it kind of hot out there, Ham? Where you at?
Oh, it gets hot. It's horrible in the winter and it's horrible in the summer. It's one of those kind of places.
Yeah.
Where where it's like just it's north enough to get the snow, and the humidity mixed with the snow means it likes to hang out for a lot longer.
Yeah.
And then when it gets warm outside, then it's that nasty muggy heat.
Yeah.
That sometimes, when you get into the car and it's hard to breathe all of a sudden.
Oh yeah. I hate that. Oh.
Yeah. So it gets like that. Like sometime where the air just feels dense.
Oh. Okay, so Crafton or Crafton, whichever how you want to pronounce it, or if you just want to say Ken Mega's Country, that's fine with me as well. Of course, PUBG, Terra, Defense Derby, A-Line. I'm thinking these are more mobile games. Yeah, these are more mobile games. Ronin the Last Samurai and Road to Valor. Okay, Subnautica. That was I didn't know that was from a Korean company. I did not know that. Hey, this game called Natural Selection. This is only on PC. That looks kind of dope. I don't know. It probably looks like trash if I go and check it out. But anyway, like I think you guys get it. Like China and Korea is they're going to have some rock stars. They definitely are. And I mean, the stuff that's coming out of Pearl Abyss, I think, isn't it that Chronos game coming from Pearl's Abyss? The one that they showed it at the Xbox show.
Which one?
It was the MMO. It was called Chronos Odyssey, I think.
Wait, they didn't show that at no
I thought it was on the second.
Recently.
I thought they showed that. If not, it was.
Was it at Summer Game Fest?
Yeah, it might have been a Summer Game Fest.
But are you talking about the game with the MMO, right?
Yeah, the MMO. Yeah.
Yeah. That game looks very nice.
Yes,
it's crispy.
And I think that's from, if that's not from Pearl Abyss, it's from one of these companies out here from Korea. So if Korea or China, it's one of the two. So I'll matter of fact, I'll look right fast. But yeah, no, I just think it's a good strategy. I think Microsoft definitely needs to make moves because you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be put in this position to where you just get the ABK deal. If that happens, we just got to be fair on that. And then say, well, we can chill because you have to go after some little stuff too. I think that there's still some more getting to add to the portfolio, and then just let's see where the dust settles at the end of the day. Because then Sony's got to make moves. Nintendo don't really have to because they're the true company that their exclusives are their lifeblood. So. Oh, speaking of that, and I didn't make that as a topic, but I do have to ask you this. Okay, I wanted to talk about this on GRG, but now it's the time. Did you read about the potential specs about the new Nintendo console that's going to be coming out? Did you read that? I posted it in there.
No, I have not. Speak on it.
So it was shown that like from their understanding from that article, it was from a reputable a one of the, not some kind of like flybynight.com, tabloid. It was from one of the like Game Rant or something like that. I'll look for it while I'm talking about it when I get your thoughts. But anyway, they're saying that the specs for the new Switch 2 or whatever that is going to be called for the new Nintendo console, it will be at the levels of the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Let me ask you, how much do you think that console will be? And do you think that bad boy is going to fly off the shelves?
Well, first of all, is it going to be a handheld?
That part I did not know. That's what I'm going to go look for it now. Because there's so many things I was checking out.
That's the big question. If it's as powerful as a PS4 or Xbox One in handheld format, that's nuts. Like that's really cool. That's really good.
Right.
But if it's in the sense of a console that does not leave your house in any way, shape, or form, not really sure what we're doing.
Right. Right here. Yeah, and it's from what is this? How do you pronounce it? WCC Tech? Whatever.
Yeah, WCC Tech, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's read on it. They're talking about the testimony, and then I guess in the testimony, that's when they were talking about that it will be capable of, and sure enough that they were talking about that, but then I stepped away. I had to go to a doctor's appointment again. And so I was missing a lot of this point, but they were saying that given closer alignment with the Gen 8 platforms and our previous offerings on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, it's reasonable to assume we can make something compelling for the next generation Switch as well. So I guess it will still be a portable. So, I mean, all they got to do is call it the Switch 2 or Switch Next or something like that. And the name alone will get people to move. And so if you're right, because what is the graphics for the Stream Deck and for well, not the Stream Deck, but the Steam Deck and for that ROG device? What are their
so the price or the spec?
The specs.
So I know the Steam Deck that I have is 800p 60. And the Asus ROG Ally goes up to 120 at 1080. Is that the specs you were looking for?
Yeah. So if the Nintendo, if this is from this information here saying that it's true, then you're right. And you know what? Nintendo would get away with it. They could charge $500 for that thing. Can you, bro, tell me that Nintendo wouldn't?
Well, let me tell you something. No matter what they make, it'll fly off the shelves. But will it be able to sustain that, flying off the shelves? Because like the Wii flew off the shelves for a long time.
Yes.
The Wii U flew off the shelves for a little bit.
Right.
For a little bit.
Right. Yeah. Just a little bit.
And then the Switch flew off the shelves until now, continuously still flying off the shelves. So it's just like, to maintain that momentum is something that's in question. It's not whether it's going to sell, it's how long is it going to sell for.
Right.
Because anything that Nintendo puts out is going to fly off the shelves. It's just, if it stinks, then it'll stop flying off the shelves.
Right. Well, okay, so now I'm just reading more of this as well, as where Bobby Kotick was saying that, like, he for a matter of fact, he believes that the successor to the Switch, will have closer alignment with 8-gen platforms. So there you go. And what's the Nintendo? They already won the war on not trying to keep up with PlayStation or Xbox. They already won that battle. They've already proven that they don't have to have the most powerful console to be the best selling console. So it's one of those things. So it's one of those things you just don't know. I got a call, but I'll call him back here a little bit later. So, but I don't know. I'll have to call my son back. Usually don't be calling. So probably gonna have to get ready to shut the show down here in a little bit. But I don't know. I kind of look at this situation as weird. Not so much about it being weird about them going with the low specs, but for me, it's that when, will Nintendo get away with this again? Will Nintendo go ahead and and I just think that they will. If they could charge $400, you would think that they would be fine, and I wouldn't even complain about that price, right? But I think Nintendo, just because they're Nintendo, they will go for a $500 price if this is true, that they're going to go for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One specs, and for like what you just said, right? For what the competition is offering with handhelds, they're only maxed out at 1080p. One is only maxed out at 1080p. You can get up to maybe 4K on certain games at 30 frames per second. That's a win. That's a win. That's a win. So if Nintendo can pull that off, 500 easy. 500 easy. And I don't think, I'm pretty sure some people in the chat will go ahead and say, nah, that's too rich for my blood. But most people in here, I think, will go ahead and just kind of succumb to the throat needle. Even I might. You know what I mean? Like, especially because for me, I will keep my stuff more docked if it's a Switch, which there's no reason not to think it's not going to be another type of Switch device. And if you can get up to, and if that's the catch, like if it is docked, you get the 4K for certain games. And then it's just when it's undocked, it's 1080p, 60, 120 frames. That's a win. That is an absolute win. So, but yeah, well, Kermit, I don't think it's going to be PlayStation Pro or Xbox One X specs. I think it's going to be just Xbox One and PlayStation 4 specs. So you like, that's what I'm saying, like a smaller game, like certain games, maybe if they're first party, you could probably get a game or two at 40 frames per second, but definitely if it's undocked, it's going to be 1080p 60 on 1080p 30, 1080p 60 for sure. And there might be some games that could be 100, 120. I think that the Xbox One could probably make that, because it's according to what kind of chipset that they're going to use. You see what I'm saying? It's not like they're going to use the Jaguar. They could use something else that's more high tech and still be cost effective for them, you would think. So I don't know, but that's just me having speculation. So, but I don't know. Do you have anything else you want to add? Because I got to get back and call this boy and see what he's talking about. So,
not really. I mean, did you answer all the things that you wanted to talk about today? Because I feel like you missed something.
I did miss something. I did miss something, but that's okay. That's okay. Oh yeah. No. I bet not. I better hit this point and then get out of here. South Africa. A lot of South going on. South Africa just approved the ABK deal, which that makes another country that's on board. I mean, I think the question that I was going to ask you is, even let's just say that could Xbox will still continue to fight if the judge denies the deal? Do you think that that's a possibility, especially after that there's so many countries that's on board with this?
I really don't know, because
Right.
I feel like Activision said that if this doesn't pass here, that they're done.
Right. I know. Same.
So I don't know how Phil or Sati or any of them could coerce Bobby Kotick into like keeping on with it. But I mean, at the same time, I mean, I'm over here armchair talking,
Right.
so
Same.
I don't really
Yeah.
know. So I don't really know how many more options that they have after this. I just know that if this doesn't go good with the FTC, that it's it's like resuscitation situation. Like how do you get this person, or how do you get this situation back alive?
Right.
Because
Right. I mean, they
because
can
morale
appeal.
will be down everywhere
Right.
with this situation. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they can appeal, but I mean, again, like you said, will Bobby Kotick even, or because it's more so now Bobby Kotick's that has to say so. It's that's funny. Matt said Loke passed it himself. Yeah, because he probably did. Shout out to Loke in Wakanda, Texas. That's out
Facts.
there in South Africa. That's over there talking to
Good man.
the powers that
Spitting.
be out there. He's spitting out there for the ABK deal. Go ahead, and do your thing, man. Just don't let IGN know. But yeah, no, I mean, but yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't think that they'll. I think that they'll just let it go once if the judge says no. I found my reasons of not doing it, but it's. But I mean, there's so many countries behind this, and I wonder if now since you added another country behind it, does that influence the judge? You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like these things. I mean, I'm sure that the judge, she seems like she's very thorough on what on her information, and there's no question that I think that she's out here reading things, looking at things, and this information dropping is like here was another country, and then she's probably going to read what they said, and
Without any
then
stipulations, too, if I believe.
right, no stipulations
So,
whatsoever.
so you got. So, in my opinion, like I said, I'm speaking from the armchair. Don't
Right,
know exactly what I'm talking about, but
right,
I mean, just from like just pure, just looking in the direction of something and analyzing it, and just being like, I mean, that kind of like, I mean, I would have more questions if I was a judge, almost for the FTC and I mean, and then obviously Cat Tribunal for the CMA and whatnot, just as to like what is it that they are clearly looking past
right, right,
that
right.
that you guys are saying is so important, because literally every country, even the countries where PlayStation is throttling
Right.
Xbox, is like, I don't see a problem.
You're right.
The only place, the only places that see a problem is like some or two of PlayStation's like biggest areas, which is United States, in my opinion, in maybe UK. UK is pretty big on PlayStation.
Right. Oh
America,
yeah. Oh yeah.
we already know they're really big on PlayStation. America's big on gaming in general.
Right.
So it's just like if PlayStation is beating Xbox 2-1 here, that says a lot.
Yeah.
So I gotta I'd only wonder if I was a judge, like, I heard your arguments, but literally every other country is fine with it. And the only thing that's an issue that you could bring to the table is this poor little company right here.
Right.
This one company. You couldn't tell me why it was bad for all the companies. You told me why it was bad for PlayStation. And then when you tried to tell me it was bad for Google, the guy for Google outed himself.
Right.
So it's just,
And
what
even
are
the
we
guy from
saving?
Nvidia, at the end, he said it's good for us.
So it's just, yeah. At that point, it's just like, I I mean, in my opinion, it's just like, dude, like majority has spoken. Like,
Mm-hmm.
can we move on?
And
That's where
right,
I'm
right.
at.
Like I mean, there's two countries that are opposed, and really, I wouldn't even count as the FTC speaking for the United States, because I believe that more people would be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, let there be competition. Ain't no need for it, because I ain't no need to stop it. Like if you want to put some stipulations on it, but like for like you said, like in places where PlayStation thrive, they're like, yeah, you know,
Look at
yeah.
this, K Mega. 3 people had an issue with it. Only one of the 3 people stepped up to Microsoft and said, "Hey, we see what you're doing.
Mhm.
Do it this way." And Microsoft said, "Okay." And the other 2 are just like not even answering the phone, or not even willing to. And that's the fishy part to me, is because if you were really doing your due diligence in caring about consumers or caring about PlayStation, y'all would have conversation on how to make this just work no
Right.
matter what. But instead, one, like I said, of the 3 stepped up and said, "Hey, I do have concerns, but here's how you could fix those concerns."
Right. And
That being
nobody
the
else is
EU.
doing that.
The
Right.
EU said, "Here's my concerns, and this is how you can fix them." Xbox did that.
Right.
To me, that's how business is supposed to work.
Right.
You
Right.
or a friendship or anything. If you have a problem with something, you bring it to the attention, and then if they can fix it, then you can continue to move forward. What I don't think is very mature is to say, "I have a problem," and then not only can you not identify the problem, but you also have no remedy either. So it's just like, what's the problem? I don't know what the problem is, but the problem's coming.
Right. Right.
And it's just like, well, sure. I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, what am I gonna? I mean, that's like me spanking my daughter today for something that's gonna happen in 2 years. It's just like,
Right.
why
Like,
did you do that?
right. What was the point in that?
Like I don't get the logic. And like, even if I were to like I said, do that, spank my daughter today for something that happened 2 years, she would only sit there and think like, what was like, what could I have done that bad
Right.
without you even knowing, having an idea.
Right.
And it's just,
Yeah, to go off of
doesn't make any sense.
speculation like that, it don't make any sense at all. Like, I mean, it's just, I don't,
Everyone's
like,
telling me my daughter's great,
right.
but I just said no, she's
No,
bad.
because I know she's gonna do something bad here in
She
2
gonna do
years.
something bad.
She gonna do something. She gonna do something. She gonna get this ass whooping right now. But that's the thing right there is, to me, is like, and yeah, and then here comes social services. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the thing to me, is where if you want to put a stipulation of any kind, come back, have an agreement with Microsoft to come back when the cloud is doing well. And I would think Microsoft would be like, okay, cool. And then there could be a whole different slew of things that could come through there, to where they can renegotiate on certain things. But to stop the deal off of speculation that the cloud is going to take off, which most likely, I think that most sensible, logical people feels that the cloud will get up to snuff. We don't know how long that will be. And we don't even know if it's going to be Xbox's cloud, or, I mean, well, gaming cloud. Like, gaming cloud might not ever take off. We know that business cloud is taken off. But you got to, you know what I'm saying? But, put the stipulation on that. But you got to let the deal go through. I mean, you would think in a sensible world, but I mean, we are in not sensible times. So I have no idea. That's what I'm saying. That's why I give the 25% chance that the judge can make a different decision. But like I said, but I'll respect it for whatever the case may be. But all right, man, let's go ahead and get on out of here. I will be back Wednesday. I forgot. I think we did talk about what time. Probably will be around this time that we did CrossOver. Around like 3:00, 3:30, something like that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thank you for coming through. Remember, next week we'll be back on Ham Solo's channel, and we'll be doing there. So hope you guys that's listening from here will come and follow us over there on Ham Solo's channel. If you want to put your link in the description, in the not in the description, but because your link isn't in the description, but if you want to put it into the chat, you can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I'll do that real quick just so they're ready.
Yeah.
For next week, because I keep thinking that you're leaving town next week, but that's not until September, right?
Right. Yeah. No, I'm not going to Mexico until September. So yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? I keep having visions that when I go on this excursion, I'm going to get attacked by a puma or a Black Panther or something. So I'm over here getting myself prepared. That's why I'm working out, trying to get myself tough so I can go hand to hand with it. Put these paws on it when it comes out there. I'm gonna be like,
I'm tripping, bro.
Put it over my shoulder and then wear the fur when I come to GRG that following week. So, or it'll had a scrumptious meal. One or the other. We'll find out. But yeah, no, I don't leave out. I don't leave out until the 1st of September for the trip. So, but yeah, no, I won't. But GRG, we will have GRG this week, and now coming to find out when I went out and this is what I tell you how old me and the homies are getting, because I'm over here coming out just to visit, you know, and just to see what's up, you know what I'm saying? Haven't got out in a little bit. Go to visit. He want to sit here and have me watching DC animated movies. So I watched about 4 of them. And I'm like, bro, what happened to us? We used to get to hit the club, hit the spot. He said, you want to go to the club? No, I'm cool. But no, I'm going to be hitting the spot, you know what I'm saying, for one of the homies' birthday. So I'll finally be stepping out. I ain't been in the club in a minute. I haven't been in the club since I've been married. So, you know what I'm saying? So no, man. So that's going to be kind of crazy. So if it's going to be like a cigar club bar or something like that, I don't know. We'll sit there and be doing our thing that next following week. So, wish me luck. Be corny. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying? I got to be dressed and dapper. Might put out some taco meat, you know what I'm saying? Shirt open a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness. Leave that in the package.
Let's go. Anyway, man, Ham Solo, where can they find you at, brother?
So yeah, I put that in the chat right there. TSWS Gaming. That's where you'll find me and K Mega every other Monday. Doing the show, the crossover here that you see. The format looks a little different, but it's the same brothers spitting the same facts.
Yes. Yes.
And then also I have other shows that I do on Tuesday, which is tomorrow. Me and Loke will be doing our show, The Lowdown, where we talk about various topics. I tell you what, having a show with K Mega on Monday and then having a show with Loke on Tuesday is night and fucking day. Because
his hair's gonna be like this here coming in by the end of the year.
We'll see K Mega. The thing is you have the topics that I'm thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Loke has some topics that he scraped off of the moon, and somehow it's relevant, and we need to talk about it. And I'm like, look, I don't really want to talk about it. He's like, we're talking about it, and I'm like, all right, fine, it's your show. You know, you're the host. Whatever, you do whatever you want to do. But one thing I am changing about my content, because my brother Matt is going to be starting a show here, starting 10 a.m. Central Time.
Good deal.
In the Lord's time, but it's going to be 11 o'clock Eastern. Don't even know what the show is called yet, because he's so early in development with it and whatnot. So it's coming out in the next week or two, but it's going to be a podcast. Matt Likes Games, dope dude within the community of gaming and whatnot. He's going to be having a show, and I'm actually going to stop doing my Wednesday show, the whole 3-hour solo show. I'm going to turn that into a 10-minute show. I'm going to turn that into a 10-minute show that I just upload, because I feel like doing 3-hour shows on my own podcast every day is just a little ridiculous. I don't want to completely take away content for Wednesday, but I don't want to feel like I have to be glued in front of my computer for 3 hours for my own channel. So I'm gonna hop over to his channel so I can just show up like I did today, not do shit, and just talk games.
Just talk games. Yeah.
I'm super excited for it. K Mega will attest. Doing that versus having to do all the setup stuff, it's
my
like
God.
night and day.
Night and day.
I mean, it's literally no different than sitting in the passenger seat compared to driving. It is so much more relaxed than sitting in the passenger seat.
It definitely.
So I can't wait for his show to start. But the next few weeks of Behind Them Sticks coming on Thursdays, it's gonna be wild. This Thursday, I got Ramrod Jenkins coming on. He's a streamer. He's also like a school teacher, really dope dude. The week after that, I got Sean from WBG. You already know who it is. We Bleed Green's going to be on. And then the week after that, I got Colt Eastwood coming on to Behind Them Sticks. So it's going to be an interesting next few weeks. Then I think after that, I have Mr. Pio or something like that. PlayStation dude. Really good dude, though. Really big, tough dude. He always eats boxes and stuff like that. Dude's insane. But yeah, just look out for those. As you see, my channel's in the in the chat. K Mega, let me let you go on ahead and get us out of here.
Yeah, man, that man. Nobody can ever say K Mega have long outros. This man sit there got AIDS. I used to have a scroll. I don't have a scroll anymore.
No one's as bad as Pong Soul though.
Oh yeah, that part is true. Yeah, Pong Soul is next level. But yeah, I got some slander from Fahim. And I guess he is right because my son used to go to Mexico all the time because with his ex-girlfriend. So at first I thought he was working for the cartel or something. Like, boy, why are you always in Mexico? What's happening? Like, I mean, if somebody knocks on my door and they what is Xavier? I don't know no Xavier. I don't have no clue. Is your son? No, I don't have no kids. You ain't having no cartel knock on my door. What are you doing in Mexico? But it's just, he just loved it out there. So anyway, but and now my ass is going out there. But Fahim said Panthers don't live in Mexico. Well, maybe a puma does. I don't know. Some cat with claws. Some kind of feline that's bigger than a regular cat is out there.
They're gonna come back saying, "I got beat by a cougar." we gonna catch video of it. It's just an alley cat. It's just whooping his ass.
Just whooping my ass. Just beating the hell out of it. Jesus Lord. You know what I'm saying? But I will have its fur across my neck. You know what I'm saying? As a a little alley cat claw or something, you know what I'm saying, where I did get the victory. Anyway, so yeah, thank you guys so much. My thought videos definitely will, like I said, we'll do that Wednesday. And no GRG this week, but thank you guys so much. I'll check and see if Don is wanting to do Devin the Gamer tomorrow. We'll check that out and see. If not, probably not. Well, probably next week for sure. But thank you guys. I really do appreciate y'all coming through. Until next time, man. Peace. I'll just put the GRG outro. Check it out. Peace.